that I'm actually gonna like say say something over the radio that would be inappropriate.
Absolutely not.
I see no evidence of that.
Me either.
I mean, if you look at my past, I'm actually quite the professional broadcaster.
You are. You are. Your character's being maligned. I would think about legal action.
Oh, absolutely. I think I'm going to unionize. Yeah. And we're live. What's going on, everybody? It's Friday. Patrick and I in mid conversation of the new local radio show that I'll actually be doing on weekends. Initially, they want to record it because they may or may not have hesitation on putting me on air with the FCC. Because, see, the FCC and I, we have a history. Now, mind you, this was 2001, maybe 2002. I had a radio show here locally in St. Louis, and I brought on some young ladies, and I thought it would be great to have their opinion on some things. And I mean, how was I to know that they were prostitutes? I didn't know. I mean, they didn't have on a hooker badge or anything. And I didn't ask for their hooker union card. And I just asked them about their clientele. And
then it got freaky.
Yeah, then it went into the whole, what's the craziest thing you've ever been asked to do? And
right.
And that led into wildlife.
Yeah. Dressing up like an Oompa Loompa. And
exactly. The next thing you know, you're bringing in the horseshoes and the hand grenades. And things just got crazy. Welcome, everybody. It's Friday. It is February 11th, 2022, and I'm here with my aging partner, Patrick. He's live from the retirement home. How is it over at the Rolling Hills retirement home?
I've moved. It's no longer that. It's Pleasant Valley.
Good place.
Yeah, very good place. They chew the food for me. Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice.
All ready to go. The old place didn't do that, so it made things a little tough.
Yeah. Is that extra, or does that actually come with the?
No, that's extra. That's extra. Yeah. Well, that's why I have this DIVI Masternode. So.
You're compensating for Social Security.
Exactly.
We all got a plan for that, brother. Yeah. I hopped on when I got here this morning. I hopped on a few websites, and I was reading through about Blackwater and like all of these major names that are getting into crypto and everything that's coming, and I thought to myself, where are we gonna be in like 5 years? What technology are we going to use? Is the dollar even going to be around? Let's actually jump in on something I really want your opinion on. Is what do you think's going on over in China? I listened to a Bloomberg report. Uh, Now you'll take that with a grain of whatever, and they basically said that the Chinese government is actually bailing out the Chinese investors, but basically telling the outside of China investors, good luck.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I had not heard that. I can't say I find it surprising though. But holy shit. I mean, that's akin to the U.S. just saying to everybody, you know what, we're switching over to gold standard, and all those treasury notes that you're holding, you can wipe your backside with them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and the lady from Bloomberg was like, well, is there any alternative market for the outside investors?
You can't create a derivative out of something that's been BK'd. I mean, if I'm taking that off the books and you're an exterior holder of that in terms of, inside of China, outside of China, no. And the impact of that internationally is going to be friggin' huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And you take that on top of what else has been said about China is they're starting to close their doors in terms of manufacturing. They're not going to be exporting nearly to the level that they had been before. And if it's a mineral, a rare mineral involved, it's not leaving.
No.
It's not leaving.
Nope. China has basically, now it's really how you view it. The only thing they're really shipping in right now is food, like corn and grains, and they're shipping a bunch of food.
But there's still a lot of U.S. producers, farmers, who have stuff that has gone into freezers because the Chinese aren't taking shipment on that stuff from the West Coast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crap ton of it. A lot of empty boats going back to China.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure exactly what's going on over in China, but it don't seem good. At least not for America. Our supply chain it's not even a chain. It's more like a noose. I mean, it has a freaking noose around its actual neck, because the supply chain of even sugar and wheat and anything tech-wise. Hell, you own a brand new truck. You ain't seen, or you own a truck you bought that you haven't seen in 4 months.
That's right.
Tell the folks that little gem of a story.
Oh, yeah. Well, I had just bought I will not buy a brand new truck. I've done it once, and after that, I said, forget it. I can get an aftermarket warranty that's going to work just as well through the dealer, but I'm not buying a brand new one. So I go in and I find a 2017 GMC Sierra Denali that has everything in it that I wanted. It's the color that I wanted. It's It's exactly what I was looking for. It's got 50,000 miles on it. So, okay. And the warranty covers 100,000. Anyway, we take it and we go on a trip, about 6,000 miles, come back. And I'm in a parking lot at lunchtime, try to start it. And you heard that starter.
That was ugly.
Oh yeah. It sounded like we dropped nuts and washers inside of a blender and let it go. That's how bad it was. I mean, you can hear the steel being cut in the drive shaft and inside the flywheels falling apart.
I just want to add that I actually picked him up in my nice little shaggy mobile.
Yes, yeah.
You know, so while he has his big manly looking truck, here I come, you know, looking like the local ice cream man.
Right. And you still do. And I put a bag on my head when we went from the parking lot to the office. So this was the beginning of November, and I'm talking to him, and I said, okay, well, it looks like you need a new engine. You need, just $12,000 worth of work. Okay, and that's on you, correct? Yes, sir, it is. It's under warranty, so you're not going to have to pay anything. Okay. I got a call yesterday and they said, well, it's been pushed back to next week. I'm still waiting on an engine. I'm the first one in line of 4, probably 5 now. We're just waiting on an engine to show up.
They still haven't gotten your engine?
No. In the meantime, they gave me a loaner. It's a 2021 GMC Sierra. It's not a Denali, but it's all right. I put 5,000 miles on that thing so far. So, yeah.
He's planning a trip to Alaska.
Yeah, I am. We're going to go to the Keys, Yeah. Well, I don't have much time left on this earth, so I got to make the most of it. So.
Yeah, so you the holdup is you can't get an engine.
Right. Yeah.
It's a brand new truck.
Correct. Well, it's
the engine is a relatively new engine. It's not like they're looking for a Model T, drip carburetor.
Right.
Right. It's been made within the last, 5 years.
Yeah. I'm okay. It is what it is. I mean, I can't bellyache about it. I have a decent car to drive in its place, but this is just emblematic of the production issues that are going on. Now, we have this, we're being told this story that it's a supply chain issue. And I don't disagree that there are some parts and some things that aren't coming from China that used to come from China. But I also believe that it's an economy issue more so than it is a supply chain issue. Nobody has ever said, you know what, I'm not going to step up and fill that gap and make money doing that because it's just not right for me to do that.
Yeah.
There's opportunity here, and the fact that allegedly, because of the supply chain, there's opportunity here, and nobody's stepping up and doing this. Now, it's not because the chance to make money isn't here. I just don't think the money's there. I mean, we get this bullshit about all these new people that have taken jobs in the last few months, and yet there's still, how many folks gave up? How many folks have walked away and just said, I'm done? Yeah. And they don't have the money to put into the economy, and it's a cascading effect.
at your age, I'm sure you have many friends retiring and actually passing on. Let's not talk about the passing on ones. Let's talk about the retiring ones. It's I know two guys. One's 60 something. He lives around our neighborhood. The other guy's like 67, and they're both retiring, and they each have brothers relatively in their age range that are also retiring this year, and each of them have well, one owns his own company, but the other guy and his brother, uh, they each hold relatively high level jobs in existing companies. And I'm wondering, you know, is a lot of the issue like retirements, or what are your thoughts?
I think there are a lot of folks that are pulling the plug and just walking away, retiring. There's also a good number that are saying, you know what, I'm going to hold on because I don't know what this economy is going to do. And oh, by the way, I did a pretty piss poor job of planning for my retirement.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of folks that are they were told one story by their financial advisors, and when it's coming time to test the waters on retirement, they're realizing that with inflation that we're seeing at allegedly only 7.5%, bullshit. But this is an additional tax in reality that's taking place. I mean, we talk about we are a petrodollar economy. And the first thing that this knucklehead does when he walks in the door is says, I'm turning off the spigot for Keystone XL. Anwar, I'm shutting everything down. You're not going to be able to get fuel to run the engine that runs this country. And now he's sitting there scratching his head going, what the fuck happened?
And has the ball
Prevagen.
I'm going to do everything I can to lower the price of gas.
Right.
Really?
Yeah. We were in the 60s for a barrel back at the end during Trump's administration. And now we're pushing 90?
Yeah.
That's a 50% increase, and he can't figure out what the fuck happened.
Oh, he knows exactly what happened. When you shut off a pipeline, one of the most important pipelines, and I don't know if you actually know about what is going on with the natural gas pipeline here in St. Louis in Illinois, how they're actually trying to shut off the natural gas line that runs across the Mississippi River, and they're saying that they have to shut that off. Well, that feeds St. Louis's like 20% of the natural gas that we use is that pipeline.
And they're still using natural gas to create steam to power downtown St. Louis.
Yeah. Yep. None of this and this is the problem I have with people that vote Democrat or progressive. I won't even isolate like Democrat or Republican, because every time these people get in power, they always do things that are not good for the people. And yet we have these these young liberals who are like, save the planet. Mother plucker, you know we live here, right?
Well, we're idiots. We're idiots because that's why they're here, to save us and the planet and the planet. Because we don't have that capacity.
Yeah, they're here to save us from that everyday obligation of breathing. I mean, everything they do is anti-human growth. You know, you have Planned Parenthood that doesn't offer any other services other than the one that shall not be named, just in case, you know, the YouTubes, you know, are on. They say they offer other service. Okay, they may hand out a condom or two, but other than that, it's what it is. So everything that has to do with humans not prospering, they're pro. So humans need energy to run the economy. Let's shut down pipelines. Let's close natural gas pipelines. But yes, exactly. Let's hand out some crack pipes.
Oh, yeah. And the funny thing is, I started reading CNN and some other MSNBC and some other places, and interestingly, there were a number of progressives who picked up on the fact that this wasn't a means to reduce drug dependency. This was more of a process of just handing people the keys to an early grave. And I was surprised that they made that assessment. For the longest time, I've maintained that might not be your intent, but you are, by all accounts, giving up on the people that have a drug addiction by saying, here's all the crack you want, here's all the heroin you want, here and now fentanyl. Go ahead, have fun. We know that the body can't take any more than 10 years on heroin, let alone fentanyl. So,
and now
that's a ticket to death.
Now, what's the number one cause of death amongst adults? Fentanyl overdoses. We had a rash here in friggin' St. Louis where this will get you. All right, listen to this. We've had a rash of overdoses or poisonings, basically, of the drug fentanyl here in St. Louis.
And you're right, it's poisonings.
Yeah. Did you know that 2 police officers were actually part of that?
No.
Yeah. That they were poisoned.
Oh, that they were poisoned. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were exposed.
Yeah. It's we have a drug epidemic in this country, and it's the drug. It isn't the weed. It's the drugs that are manufactured for healthcare. I mean,
yeah, but the DEA just had a drug bust here out in St. Charles not too long ago, and they were chasing this cat for 15 years. They finally got him. But part of his operations, they have a pill press. These guys are manufacturing their own hydrocodone with fentanyl in it, and there are other regular prescription drugs, quote unquote, with fentanyl in it. Now, who the hell? I don't understand the mentality here, but if I'm running a business, I want recurring business. I don't want to send somebody out and know that it's their last time that I'm ever going to do business with them. And yet that's what's taking place here.
Well, that's the difference. You sell laptops, they sell drugs.
They sell death. I mean, that's a one-way ticket. That's a one sale deep is all that is, and that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make any sense. My point is, there's a deeper purpose than this.
Yes.
And I think it was your statement about poisoning.
Yes, if it doesn't make sense, and I've tried getting everyone I know, if it doesn't make sense, you have to assume there's an agenda.
Yes.
Right? If your wife is going out every Friday and Saturday night, and she's hanging out at her girlfriend's house, and every time she goes, she comes back with hickeys on her neck, and she's like, well, I fell. You got to start to wonder, okay, that doesn't make sense. Maybe there's a different agenda than what's being stated. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And yet we have and if you look at the world right now, the world is so completely nonsensical that you have to assume an agenda. And if you assume the agenda, you have to look at the outcome and then work back. Right? What's the outcome? What am I looking at that makes me think this? Right? That'd be the hickeys. And then you'd go, okay, what causes hickeys? Every experience I've ever had other than a vacuum once when I was 12 was involved another person. What
that image, it's just wrong. It was an indoor-outdoor vac, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah. You're just scared.
Don't act like you ain't never looked at a friggin' bottle of like shampoo and wondered if it fit.
No.
Really?
No.
Yeah,
I would hurt myself. I'm sorry you were born so disadvantaged.
It was a jumbo size. I got it from Sam's.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
No, it's what were we talking about? Because we just like squirreled off a little.
We were talking about the planned access to drugs, fentanyl, and the ramping up of death rates as a result of it.
The number one killer in America now is not the Rona. It's drug overdoses. And we are literally mimicking Rome. Oh, hang on 1 second. We need a word from the sponsor. I ain't gonna watch the clock. I'm bad at watching the clock. All right, here's a word from our sponsor.
And I got a hard stop at 10 too. So just.
Oh, okay. You said something. I was worried about what you were gonna say because you said I got a hard, and I'm like, go to the commercial. Word from the sponsor.
Are you buying and selling cryptos on the same laptop that you're using to browse the internet, read your email, and visit social media sites? If so, you're exposing your cryptos to theft. Whenever you're online, you're at risk of getting hacked and having your identity stolen. How would you feel if someone stole all of your cryptos? What would that do to your finances? Guard your cryptos with a safe and secure laptop from CALIX Solutions. Each laptop is set up just for you and your cryptos, and then we walk you through exactly how it works. Don't risk the security of your cryptos. Order a crypto laptop from CALIX Solutions now to secure your crypto future. Learn more at calixsolutions.io.
All right. Now, this is a Friday special. The next person who calls Patrick at 702-845-8276 and orders a laptop gets that laptop.
It's buy one, get one.
Yeah, you buy one, we send you one.
I can't tell you how many people you did that a couple of times and they didn't catch it. They're going, oh, I thought it was half off. No, he got you. He got you.
Yeah, hey, everybody, my advice to everybody is launch a company with your best friend and watch the fun ensue, because not that we have a lot of time to actually joke around or whatever, but whenever we have like a slower afternoon or something, I'll actually walk out there, we're sitting bullshit, and it's great working with Patrick because the work environment's pretty laxed, and I don't know, it's fun actually coming to work.
Yeah, it's not work. It's not work. Yeah.
So this inflation. Oh, and someone asked why, because the headline of this episode is warning, get your coins off the exchanges. We've heard news lately of the old hack that happened a few years ago and how they had like billions of dollars in cryptos and all. The point is, if your coins aren't on those platforms, guess what you can't lose? Your coins. That's one of the reasons that we have our laptops. Right? Patrick, do a quick little summary of how to order the laptop and get your laptop.
Sure. The website is calixsolutions.io. There's a link up in the top. It says crypto laptops. You'll click on that. Before you do that, though, you can read on the site about what it is that we're providing and what's available to you. So you go to this link to order the laptop. It gives you a choice between a Mac and a PC. You choose whichever. If it's the PC, you're going to have a choice right now between a Lenovo and a Dell. We have 15.6 inch screens. As for all of the laptops, they're all running at an 8 gigabyte of RAM, 256 solid state drive. We have Windows 10 for most of the laptops, the PCs. We're getting ready to convert to Windows 11. We've been pounding on that just to make sure that it functions properly and they have most of the bugs worked out. When we're confident with that, everybody who has a laptop now will let you know that you can make that conversion to Windows 11. It does not seem to be a problem. In some instances, I think it's an improvement. In others, it's them trying to find a way to weasel in to your data, but there'll be a way to work around that. We'll show you how to do it. And then the Apples, your iOS is, I believe, right now Malibu. We were Big Sur, and it's moved over to Malibu. So that's working fine. Anyway, you'll make the selection as to whether or not you want a basic build on this machine, which is we have 4 exchanges that we think, 4 exchanges and 4 wallets that probably do about 90% of what you need. And those exchanges are Coinbase, Gemini, Bitrue, and Kraken. And then the wallets are Exodus, Atomic Wallet, DIVI, and Theta. You can add up to 3 of each in terms of the exchanges, or if you choose to customize it, you have a list that you can choose from. And if what we have on the list isn't sufficient, you can add inside of a box miscellaneous, like Swan, Bitcoin, etc. Those types of things that are a little obscure that most people don't use. And then you'll fill in your personal information, make your payment there, either in using a credit card or in cryptocurrency. We kick it out within 2-3 business days of it having been paid for, and it gets there in about 3 days. On the back end, when you receive it, you'll end up getting an email from us to set up a Zoom call. And then the team will get in touch with you after you've received it and respond to that email. They'll walk you through an hour and a half call, getting you up and running. So that's the gist of it. So
there we go.
I will say this also: we're getting ready to launch a portal that is going to provide you with resources, whether they're documents, whether they're videos, how-to videos, and those how-to videos will include moving from Coinbase to Exodus, moving from Exodus to Bitrue to buy DIVI, and then from DIVI, taking that DIVI and putting it in a DIVI wallet, and then deploying a master node, showing you how to run a hotspot, hardwiring into your modem, how to add new wallets and exchanges, and then just basic research that you can do on your other computer, because you're not going to do research on your crypto laptop, but how to do research in order to find out more about a crypto that you're interested in. So you'll have access to that. And that list of videos will grow as time goes on. You folks give us suggestions, because obviously we're not going to hit every nail on the head, but we know you'll provide us with some input there. So
there we go. So, my friends, if you are in cryptos and you hold more than $1,000 or $2,000 worth of cryptos, you definitely need a crypto laptop. So there's a link under here. Hit that link, order your laptop, or you can call Patrick at 702-845-8276. Call or text. Now, let's jump into the Super Bowl. I had been hinting, because I had been told months and months and months ago that there were going to be at least 4 or 5 Super Bowl commercials from different companies about cryptos. And I had dropped hints like, hey, wait till the Super Bowl, and from what I hear, these are significant ads. They aren't just like little clips, like, hey, buy Bitcoin. These are significant ads that are really going to get people's attention. Do you see like a Super Bowl, rally afterwards, or what do you see after the Super Bowl?
An after party for cryptos?
Yeah. Do you see a rally?
I do, but we know that Bubbles Biden is just waiting on the appropriate time to drop his executive order on cryptocurrencies. That's coming. And when that comes, we had a drop in the last couple of weeks of crypto. We're going to see it happen again. There's going to be a dead cat bounce that takes place when he does that. So we may see a rally after, and you're probably right in terms of this thing ramping up. It's going to come back down when he makes that announcement that he's going to be putting together a committee to look into the regulation of cryptocurrencies. Now, that being said, there's limitations as to what he can do, and it's only onshore businesses that he can affect. And so if your exchange is offshore, don't worry about it. If your wallets are offshore, don't worry about it. So, and we were talking about this the other day. I wasn't aware. One of the major wallets is getting ready to move someplace other than they're moving offshore. Its competitor is already in Estonia, and I can guarantee you that the folks in Estonia are a little more lax in their application of trading regulations than what you find here. They're happy to see the money come in. There's another one that's over in London, and they're lax in terms of assisting in the requirements made by the U.S. So the wallets are all going to be fine. So it's going to put fear into the people, but those of us who have our finger on the pulse, those of us who are hodlers anyway, who just sit there and go, oh, there's another hiccup. Shoe just fell again. Big deal.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, what I would probably end up doing is going out and purchasing some Tether or USDC. I get Tether. I know it gets a bad knock, but have Tether waiting in the wings, because if what I have just prognosticated comes true and there's a significant dip, the only thing that the Rothschilds ever said that I believe in is buy when there's blood in the streets. And that is the absolute truth. So,
yeah, I mean, I suspect there will be a rally, and I do expect an actual pullback. But if you're a hodler, if you're in it for the long haul, every time the price drops is an opportunity. It's like you and we're in it for the long haul. I mean, I don't see me really ever cashing out of any of my cryptos right now. And the reason I say that is I don't know what I would replace them with. You know, what's worth selling your Bitcoin, Litecoin, your DIVI, whatever else you hold that you would actually sell for. So the hodlers, we don't care. You know, if Joe Biden could walk out and mumble his way through a sentence, yeah, and go,
a girl can dream, can't she?
yeah, no doubt. And go, cryptos are bad. Don't buy cryptos. He could literally walk out and go, I outlaw cryptos here in America. There'd be a dip, but that's what makes cryptos amazing. It isn't the American Bitcoin. It isn't the Australian, Bitcoin. It's the Bitcoin. So if America was ever stupid enough to actually try and outlaw cryptos, it doesn't matter. Plus, the people are losing faith, well, have already lost, really, in government entities. We don't listen to them anymore. We don't apply, like, as soon as he walks out and goes, here's my executive order, you know how many people just jump up and trip over themselves to comply with his little piece of paper?
Yep. A lot of folks moving to Belize. A lot of folks moving to El Salvador.
Yeah. Or at least, getting closer. I'm in Florida.
And the thing is, and I don't have to leave. I don't have to become an expatriate. I just have to be offshore in order to make these transactions.
Yeah. And with the Founders Group, we're going to be helping a lot of other companies launch out of El Salvador, but yet do business globally. And that's actually part of our, that's actually part of what we're doing in El Salvador. And this, looks like you got a fan, Patrick. Looking good, Patrick. Looking good.
He's a smart man.
How do you know it's a man?
Woman wouldn't call herself Long Shadow.
Well, probably not. But, or maybe Long Shadow is
Long Leg Shadow, I would go, yeah, maybe, but no.
Well,
it's a dude.
How does that make you feel, Patrick?
I have no problem with that. I'm good in my own skin.
If I was at a bar and I had some guy tell me, you know what, you're really good looking, I'd have to agree with him.
Sure. It's when he starts rubbing your shoulders, that's when you kind of, yeah.
Well, I mean, how many drinks has he bought me, really? That's what.
Well, that's the big thing. Yeah. There has to be that and a dimmer switch. So.
Yeah, I mean, because if you close your eyes, you're not gay. Word on the street.
Oh, okay. I thought that was your practice, but no, okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, it is definitely Friday. So the point of this whole video, that it has taken a long time to get here, is get your coins off the exchanges. All right. It's one of the value, what makes crypto so amazing and such a good asset is your ability to self-custody. That is an asset. That means you can hold all your cryptos yourself and not hold them, at a bank or any other entity. And it's just important that you, especially your HODL bags, if you're doing some trading or whatever and you leave $1,000 or $2,000 on an exchange because you're doing some trading, is that good or bad? I don't know. I mean, if it's a relatively trusted exchange and it's not your HODL bags, then I don't see a problem with it. But I also, I just like holding my own cryptos.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you? If you hold your own stuff, you'd hold your own cryptos.
Yeah, I mean, it's
being self-reliant requires that. No reason to let somebody else have it.
And there are good wallets out there, like Exodus, and I really like Exodus because of the internal exchange. I mean, if you want to swap out coins and you want to do it relatively quick and simple, the Exodus wallet's perfect for that.
I agree. Yeah, I've been a big fan.
Yeah, well, we've actually been talking for almost an hour, and I know you have to jump off here at 10 o'clock. So,
talking to a man in Zurich.
Wow. Well, we did run that big ad over in Zurich at Stan. So,
yeah, they couldn't understand it, but we ran it.
All right, everybody. Once again, if you own cryptos and you do not have a CALIX Solutions laptop, check out the website at www.calixsolutions.io, or you can give Patrick a call or text at 702-845-8276. Or you can email Patrick at info@calixsolutions.io. Anything else you want to add, Patrick?
That's it. I think that's enough.
It's Friday, man. Hey, do you want to go out to lunch and get drunk?
I can go out to lunch. I can't get drunk. We have a puppy, So I have to get home.
How's the new puppy doing?
He's doing much better now. We got him at 4-hour intervals at night as opposed to 2. So I am getting some sleep. Not that I get a lot to begin with, but it's getting better. Today he's 10 weeks. He's gaining 2 pounds a week. He's gaining 2 pounds a week. His name is Walter. He's a yellow lab. He's a great dog. So he and his Aunt Peggy, she is literally his aunt. She's 5 years old. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It sure beats having kids, though. I mean, you don't have to pay for a college education.
Yeah, plus
or braces.
Plus, you don't have to hit the dog as hard.
Oh yeah, they don't. Yeah, not nearly as hard. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, let's actually plan on doing lunch at
Sure.
That place we had the Christmas party.
Sounds good. All right.
All right.
Adios, folks.
Everyone, have a great day. We will see you bright and early Monday morning, 9 o'clock. Bye-bye.
Bye.